Greetings, traveler, and welcome back to the Nordic Forge. My name is Aaron, and today we continue our journey into the origins of the fantasy world of Ethros. Now, where do we begin? In a long time after the fading of Ingol, the elves embarked on a momentous journey. They left behind the forsaken city, seeking new lands and fresh beginnings. Guided by a whispered promise of hope, they set forth on what became known as the Great Wandering. Led by the light of the silver moon and the gentle whispers of the wind, the elves roamed Ethlin for countless years, establishing settlements and embracing the untamed beauty of the land. As they journeyed, some elves chose to carve out their homes along the way, entranced by the allure of certain landscapes or seeking a place where they could nurture their pursuits. These elves, content with their newfound abodes, parted ways with the wandering group, bidding farewell to continue their lives in the settlements they had founded. Thus, the group of explorers dwindled over the passing years, the once thriving collective thinning as the wanderers gradually dispersed across the vast expanse of Ethlin. Yet, the core of the expedition, driven by an unyielding curiosity and a thirst for discovery, persisted toward the northern continent of Alskar. A young, intrepid elf explorer named Thalorin possessed an insatiable wanderlust. As the group's numbers dwindled during their extensive expedition, Thalorin emerged as their natural leader. His unwavering determination, paired with a heart-brimming curiosity, endeared him to his fellow explorers. With each passing challenge and newfound discovery, Thalorin's leadership grew more evident. He embodied the essence of their quest, steadfast in his pursuit of new frontiers, yet always mindful of the welfare of his companions. Thalorin to this day remains a symbol of hope, wisdom, and courage for all in Ethros. Even now, his name offers guidance and strength in troubled times. His legacy inspires unity and resilience, a reminder that in adversity, hope and bravery endure. In the midst of their trek across the northern continent of Alskar, Thalorin and his band of wandering elves stumbled upon an astonishing sight. As they ventured through the rugged terrain, traversing vast landscapes, their path led them to a peculiar phenomenon. Amidst the barren, rocky expanse, they beheld a curious sight. Clusters of small, enchanted boulders rolling and tumbling about as if guided by an unseen force. Each boulder moved with coordination, seeming to communicate and work together, shaping the environment in ways that fascinated the elves. The stones were not aimlessly moving. They displayed an extraordinary unity, collaborating as if driven by a shared purpose. Witnessing this spectacle, Thalorin and his companions were astounded, observing how these particular entities worked as one, shaping the rocky terrain into rudimentary structures resembling shelter. Though initially wary, the elves recognized a profound connection to the raw elements embodied within these stones. Intrigued by this unexpected encounter, Thalorin and his companions stayed, observing the strange creatures with growing fascination, eager to understand their nature and purpose. As the elves settled in to observe and study, a mysterious form emerged from the crags and shadows, a large figure seeming to materialize from nowhere. He was Elden, the last primordial guardian, Lorken, the exile. He had diverged from the others during their crucial moment, choosing solitude rather than participating in the grand convergence that bestowed life upon Ethros. His choice to abstain from the ritual stemmed from a belief in self-preservation. He held a dark conviction that his life was paramount, shrouded in a belief that his existence held a significance greater than that of his brethren. This self-centered perspective drove him into solitary seclusion in the northern wastes, where he remained hidden until now. Although his true name remained unknown to the elves and his nature shrouded in mystery, Lorken exuded an air of silent wisdom. His gaze held a depth that hinted at ageless understandings of the world, a knowledge that transcended the confines of the land. Lorken, concealing the shadows of his malevolent desires behind a facade of kindness, approached the elves with a disarming charm. Masking his true motives, he presented himself as a patron seeking aid to complete his creation. Cunningly, he appealed to the elves' inherent curiosity and their innate desire to assist in the betterment of life, invoking a sense of shared purpose. His approach, laced with subtle persuasion and artful manipulation, drew upon the elves' willingness to lend their essence, convincing them that their contribution would aid in perfecting his creation. As the elves infused the rolling boulders with their essence, a metamorphosis began. Within the stone's core, a radiant light emerged, its iridescent glow shimmering like starlight. Gradually, the stones trembled, vibrating with an ethereal resonance. From within the cores emerged the newly formed dwarves, fully realized and matured in an instant. Their heights, notably shorter than the elves, bore testament to their origins. Muscular frames wrapped in the sturdiness of stone, their physiques a manifestation of resilience and raw power. Faces now boasted chiseled features that reflected the durability of the earth itself. Meticulously etched brows framed eyes that shimmered like gems. Hair, grown luscious and thick, cascaded down their backs an array of earthy tones, rustic browns, fiery reds, and lustrous blacks. Many adorned with braids and woven with metalwork. In the moments following the dwarves' awakening, before they could fully comprehend their surroundings or engage with the elves, Lorken, consumed by envy and resentment toward the elves' role in completing his creation, allowed his jealousy to surge uncontrollably. Unable to bear witness to the elves' influence over his creation, he unleashed an eruption of fiery energies that enveloped the dwarves, violently drawing them back into the earth from whence they came. In the depths below the surface, where molten rivers and ancient caverns lay concealed, Lorken ensnared the bewildered dwarves in his malevolent web of deceit. Seizing the opportunity presented by their newfound existence, he manipulated their impressionable minds, weaving a treacherous tale that painted the elves as their sworn adversaries. With cunning words, he instilled within the dwarves a fervent, untrue belief. Lorken wove a narrative that the elves regarded themselves as superior, believing in their own nobility and power above all, leaving the dwarves relegated to a lesser status. This distorted depiction of arrogance became etched into the dwarves' consciousness, nurturing a resentment toward the elves. Thus, in the dim recess of the earth, Lorken's deceit festered, sowing seeds of animosity and mistrust between the dwarves and the elves. The fractured relationship between the two races would cast a shadow over their shared history, ultimately leading to a deep-seated rift that endured across generations. In the aftermath of the dwarves' sudden disappearance into the depths of the earth and the eruption caused by Lorken's fiery display, Thalorin and the remaining elves found themselves engulfed in a whirlwind of confusion and fear. Unable to decipher Lorken's true intentions and wary of potential danger, Thalorin and his companions made a collective decision to retreat. Guided by a sense of caution and a desire to protect their own, they embarked on a journey back to the familiar and relatively safer southern continent of Ethland. As they traversed the lands, Thalorin, revered for his wisdom and leadership, led the elves away from the troubled territories, seeking solace in the lands they had once called home. In the many years that followed their retreat from Alskar, Thalorin and the elves found solace in the familiar embrace of their homeland. Situated along Demeria's northern coast, driven by the need for security and a desire to build anew, they sought to establish a sanctuary, a bastion of hope and resilience amidst the echoes of their troubled past. Led by Thalorin's unwavering resolve and vision, the elves embarked on a construction of a new city, Alskar, along the pristine northern shores of Demeria. In Elvish, its name means resilience or endurance, reflecting the enduring spirit and determination of the elven people, especially in the face of adversity. Within the walls of Alskar, the echoes of Ingol's lost legacy soon resonated, inspiring the elves to preserve their heritage while fostering new beginnings. The city's heart pulsed with the rhythms of art, culture, and scholarly pursuits. Music and tales of old mingled with the vibrant hum of life, carrying the hope of a brighter future. Thalorin's innate ability to inspire hope and guide his kin through adversity became the beacon of strength for the elves. Seeing his continued qualities, the elders and influential leaders among the elves elected Thalorin to be their first king in Alskar, marking the dawn of a new era for their people. As seasons passed, Alskar blossomed into a symbol of hope, a beacon that radiated the resilience and unity of the elven race. Thalorin's guidance and the collective efforts of his people had given rise to a new beginning, a city that stood as a testament to the elves' unwavering determination to forge a brighter future in the wake of past trials. Back north, and deep beneath the rugged expanse of Othgard, in the shadowed depths of the Kralos Mountains, Lorken held an unyielding grip over the dwarven race. Generations of dwarves have lived their entire lives within the darkness of the earth, their existence confined to the tales passed down from elders and the songs woven by storytellers. The world above remained a distant dream, a mythical realm only whispered about. Lorken's dominion over the dwarves had been absolute, forcing them into servitude that bordered on slavery. Yet deep within their hearts, a flicker of hope remained, a spark of free will gifted to them during their creation. This ember of hope, nurtured by the elves' essence, kindled a quiet resistance against Lorken's oppressive reign. As time passed, the whispers of dissent grew into a resounding chorus of rebellion. The dwarves, spurred by a ferocious longing for freedom, began to organize clandestine meetings and discussions, weaving plans to cast off the shackles of tyranny that bound them in the underground world. United by a fervent desire for liberation, the dwarves marshaled their courage and determination, channeling their strength. They clashed against Lorken's dominion, engaging in a valiant struggle to reclaim their lives and emerge from the confinement of the subterranean world. In a tumultuous upheaval that echoed through the depths, the dwarves, driven by their unquenchable spirit, fought their way to the surface. Lorken, facing the dwarven collective, suffered grave wounds. Overpowered and weakened, he retreated into the darkest depths, nursing his injuries and harboring an unyielding desire for vengeance against those who dared challenge him. Emerging from the depths, the dwarves faced the blinding brilliance of the sun. Struggling against its radiance, some were overwhelmed, their eyes unaccustomed to the light. Many had fallen in battle already, and now more, disoriented by the brightness, hesitated, retreating back into the comforting shadows of the underworld. Steadfast in their resolve, the dwarves who were able to withstand the sun's blinding rays emerged as the ancestors of the resilient and steadfast dwarves of the Alskarian highlands. Their resilience in facing the challenges of the surface world would shape the strong and proud lineage that thrived in those lands to this day, their determination becoming a defining trait of their descendants. In the wake of their triumphant emergence from the depths, the dwarves sought to secure their newfound freedom. Fearful of retribution from Lorken and wary of potential external threats, they embarked on the monumental task of establishing Gazukheim, their fortress nestled within the heart of the Alskarian mountains. Gazukheim's construction was designed focused on defense and endurance, with massive walls intricately carved from the very mountains they called home. Stout gates, guarded by vigilant sentinels, fortified the city's entrance. Gazukheim, or City of Steel in Dwarvish, embodied unyielding strength. Its name reflected the impenetrable walls, resilient gates, and a culture devoted to safeguarding freedom. Intricate tunnel networks were meticulously carved beneath the city. These passages provide shelter, transportation, and strategic advantages, allowing the dwarves to move swiftly and covertly within their mountain stronghold. Strategically located, Gazukheim maximized its defensive capabilities. Rich in mines, teeming with precious ore, encircled the city, providing sustenance, resource, and immense wealth. The city's formidable position shielded it from casual discovery, nestled amongst the rugged terrain. Gazukheim to this day stands as a bastion of strength, hidden within the heart of the mountains. It represents unyielding dwarven determination to safeguard their freedom and cultural renaissance. For now, friend, this is where we must part ways. As we wrap up the second chapter on the origins of Ethros, be sure to join me next time as we delve even deeper into the world, its races, locations, and history. Let me know what you're excited to learn about in the comments. Subscribe if you're interested in exploring these unfolding stories with me, and until then, may the road rise up to meet you. Thanks for listening.